All right, it's week 11 in the NFL season, and we have starting off the Cincinnati Bengals at the Baltimore Ravens for Thursday Night Football. Congratulations, Mr. Bezos. You finally have a really good game. So, this is going to be an exciting one, especially if you're an AFC North team. Not only Cincinnati, Baltimore, but Pittsburgh and Cleveland, because the outcome of this game could be very big for the outcome of that game, which I'll get into in a bit. So both these teams are coming off losses, and close losses at that. Baltimore giving up the lead to Cleveland, and Cincinnati, Tyler Boyd dropping the touchdown, which would have put them up 4, but then they had to kick the field goal to tie. And then C.J. Stroud pulled off his magic, went down the field, and got his team in position to kick a field goal to win the game. So both of these teams want to get back on the right track. Now, Cincinnati is going to be missing a couple of people, but so is Baltimore. Cincinnati, Sam Hubbard has been ruled out. T. Higgins has been ruled out. Trey Hendrickson, I believe, was not on the injury report, so he's good to go. Baltimore, Marlon Humphrey is out. So, not having T. Higgins is huge for Baltimore in that case, because if you had to go against Ja'Marr Chase, T. Higgins, and Tyler Boyd with no Marlon Humphrey, you might be in a little bit of trouble. So, in this game, if Baltimore wins, they have control of the AFC North. If Baltimore loses, the winner of the Pittsburgh-Cleveland game will have first place in the AFC North. So it's like, wow, if Baltimore loses and Pittsburgh wins, Pittsburgh is somehow in first place in the AFC North. If Baltimore loses and Cleveland wins, Cleveland, with no Deshaun Watson for the rest of the season because he's having surgery on his shoulder, will be in the first place. And they will actually be in the driver's seat, unlike what fans said after beating Baltimore on Sunday. They said, we're in the driver's seat. You're in third place in the division. You're the 6th seed in the NFL, in the AFC. How are you in the driver's seat? And now with the Deshaun injury, you still in the driver's seat? Huh? That's kind of why people, like Steelers fans, Bengals fans, Ravens fans, that's why we don't like you guys. You're third place in the division, 6th place in the AFC. And yet you're somehow in the driver's seat. And here's the thing is, Deshaun has wasted 2 years for you guys now. You signed him to a 5-year contract. Year 1, he was suspended and played the last 6 games. Year 2, he gave you 6 games. In 2 years, he's played 12 games, and his cap hit the next 3 years at $64 million, $64 million, $64 million. And you did that because you went all out this year. So you can either extend him and push that cap out more, or if you want to push the cap from next year and lower it by, say, $30 million. So it's a $34 million cap hit. Okay, cool. You're going to add 15 to both years. That means the last 2 years of his contract, the cap hits are $79 million each. So just, you either have to extend him or you have to eat the large cap hit. And who knows, maybe if you extend him, you can be like, Deshaun, you haven't played like we thought you would, bud. We're going to need you to take a pretty big pay cut or pay decrease, because all the money's guaranteed. You're going to need him to take a pay decrease in the extension. So instead of making 40s per year, he's making 30s per year. And that would let you push that out a little bit. But do what Tampa did. Just take your medicine. Like, Tom Brady's the biggest cap hit to the Tampa Bay Buccaneers this year at $35 million. He's not on the he's retired. He's not on the team. And he's their biggest cap hit. So just take it. Just take your medicine. You tried, and unfortunately you're going to have to disassemble your team. Sorry. So, and they don't even have their first round pick this year. Houston still has it. So I am going to take Baltimore to win this game. It's going to be very close. It is. But I think Baltimore is going to just do enough. Oh, by the way, Ronnie Staley, I think, is out too for Baltimore. But I think they're just going to do enough. And to be honest, I think the home field is going to be what does it. Because they're pretty much only favored by about 3.5. They got the home field. Standard 3 points. So I think they take this game. Pittsburgh at Cleveland. So no Deshaun. And I believe Cleveland is going to be starting DTR, the rookie from UCLA. He did start one game this year where it was actually versus Baltimore. They weren't sure if Deshaun was going to play or not. They kind of thought he had a chance. And about, when they're warming up for it, and he's like, can't do it. That was the whole Stefanski saying, I don't know, he was medically cleared. Like, you threw your quarterback under the bus, bro. So, he really didn't get a whole lot of time to prep. You would think, hey, Deshaun's hurt. He's probably not taking a whole ton of reps in practice. This is your opportunity to get reps with the ones. So, yeah, it's like, he only found out he was starting 90 minutes before kickoff, but you can't tell me he didn't have the slightest idea he possibly could start if Deshaun can't go, especially if Deshaun didn't practice that week or was limited in practice that week. Like, okay, dude, you're taking some reps with ones. Now he definitely is. And they're going with him over PJ Walker because they know what Walker is. And Walker probably has a higher floor, but a lower ceiling than DTR. So they're going to see what they have in him. They're going to give him a full week's practice with the ones, and they'll go from there. So with that said, in Pittsburgh, 9 weeks of being outgained by your opponent, and you're 6-3. I don't know how. I don't know why. They do have back-to-back weeks of losing a starting middle linebacker. So they had a 3-man rotation. First guy gets hurt. They got a 2-man rotation. And then the second guy gets hurt. And now they're playing their actual backups. They don't really have that 3-man rotation anymore. So they're a little depleted at middle linebacker with the injuries to Cole Holcomb and Quan Alexander. So that, I think, is going to be beneficial to Cleveland. And I'm going to take Pittsburgh in this game. I think they've found something. I don't know what it is, but they found something that works. And I feel like it's either going to be Pittsburgh wins a very close game or Cleveland blows them out. I feel like that's one of the two options here because that's all Pittsburgh's games have been. Either a blowout, which they've gotten blown out 3 times. They're 3 losses. San Fran, Houston, which doesn't even look that bad anymore, and Jacksonville. So I'm taking Pittsburgh to win a close one. I think maybe they found some kind of magic. Plus, Matt Canada's on the sideline, and the offense in 2 straight games has had 2 opening scoring drives for touchdowns. So, we'll see. Chicago at Detroit. This is an easy one. It's Detroit. Yes, Justin Fields is coming back, but come on. This game ain't going to be close. Detroit, you're coming away with this victory. And I even grabbed Detroit's defense in fantasy football because I really didn't feel like playing the Chiefs this week, which we'll get to them in a little bit. LA Chargers at Green Bay Packers. I'm taking the Chargers in this game. They had a very narrow loss to Detroit, but so did Green Bay. They had a narrow loss to Pittsburgh. But I think the Chargers can do the one thing Green Bay really can't, and that's score. Don't get me wrong, the Chargers can't stop a nosebleed because their defense is terrible. But I saw Jordan Love play versus Pittsburgh. At times, he can be a little inaccurate, and he can have some poor decision making. He threw 2 picks in the fourth quarter. One was a tip by the corner, which the safety picked off, and one was just a great play by the safety with 3 seconds left in the game. So, I'm going to take the Chargers to win this game. We got the Las Vegas Raiders at the Miami Dolphins. I'm taking the Dolphins here. Achane is back. And I think Miami's going to pretty much quite literally run away with this game, whether it's a wide receiver streaking down the sideline because he burned the corner, or it's running back taking it, a huge run to the end zone. So Miami should win this game, and it really shouldn't be close. Do I call them the New Jersey Giants again? I kind of feel like it. The New Jersey Giants at the Washington Commanders. Tommy DeVito, not great. Not a great performance there, bud. You always want to see what you have in a young quarterback because it's, hey, maybe he's Brock Purdy, maybe he's Kurt Warner, Tom Brady, he's the late round undrafted whatever that somehow pans out. No. Tommy DeVito is not that. And to be honest, Danny DeVito might be a better quarterback. Washington, you should win this game fairly easily. All right, Dallas Cowboys at Carolina Panthers. This is another easy win for Dallas. 2 weeks in a row, and Dallas is going to walk away with this win. It really is just Dallas is going to completely overpower Carolina. And there'll be some garbage time stats for Carolina to where they can, make it kind of look respectable, but it's really not. Because they're going to score a garbage time touchdown, and it's going to be like, oh, yeah, they only lost by 14. It's like, yeah, but it was 21 with 5 seconds left. Tennessee at Jacksonville. I'm taking Jacksonville to rebound this week after they completely just got dismantled by San Francisco. Arizona at Houston. This is actually a good one. I am taking Houston here. CJ Stroud, God, he's Offensive Rookie of the Year for sure. 100% he's Offensive Rookie of the Year. And I do think he'll get some consideration for MVP. And what MVP is now is that what you used to do is you just voted for one person. Now you have 5. You write 5 names. And I would not be surprised if CJ Stroud appeared on a couple of those lists. Tampa Bay at San Francisco. San Francisco's winning this game. They are healthy. And when they are healthy, they are one tough customer. They might be the toughest team in the league when completely healthy. All right, the New York Jets at the Buffalo Bills. I'm taking Buffalo. And I'm taking Buffalo for one reason. They fired their offensive coordinator. Now, a lot of people say, and they're completely correct when they say this, yeah, it's totally the offensive coordinator's fault that they ended up with 12 guys on the defense for the final field goal try. It's totally the offensive coordinator's fault that Johnson, the nickel corner, got called for PI against, was it Jerry Jeudy? Which put the Broncos in range for that. Yeah, that's totally the offensive coordinator's fault. They're right. That's not the offensive coordinator's fault. But if you listen to Dan Orlovsky, he talks about how there's one specific formation that the Buffalo Bills had with Ken Dorsey as the OC. And that one formation was literally one of two plays. It was either an RPO or it was a slant to, I think he said, Diggs. It was literally two plays. So you could gamble and be 50-50 or just watch the RPO, and if it's not that, then go get Diggs. If it's not the RPO, go find Diggs. That's it. So he talked about how predictable the offense was. And hello, Steelers fan that has Matt Canada as an offensive coordinator. Hi. I know a thing or two about predictable offenses. You know, it's run, pass, run, pass, run, pass. Like, that's what Steelers fans were used to for so long. And us on the couch watching from home could tell what was going on. If they're under center, it's most likely a run. If they're in shotgun, it's most likely a pass. Like, and not most likely like, 55, 60%. No, like 70, 80%. Maybe even higher. Like, that's just, like, the offense is basically telling the defense what they're doing. So I'm taking Buffalo because they fired Dorsey. And, I mean, it would be hilarious if they covered the spread now that he's fired. Because for so long, they weren't covering the spread. Like, I thought they would beat Denver, but I'm like, they're not covering the spread. I had no confidence in them to do so. And maybe now they will. So let's see. Seattle at LA Rams. I am going to take Seattle here. I do believe the Rams are in a similar situation to the Chargers where there's no real home field. So I'm going to take Seattle. It's basically a home game for them if I'm correct on that. And I don't know. I just have confidence in them. Though I believe LA's coming off a bye. So, there's some give and take there. Though I know Stafford's he was dealing with an injury. So who knows with that. But let's see. Minnesota at Denver. I'm going to take Minnesota. Josh Dobbs, man, he is 2-0. Well, technically the Vikings are 2-0 with him. He's only 1-0 as a starter because the other kid started the game that he came in, where he barely knew the plays and really didn't know anyone's names. So I'm going to take him, and I'm going to take the Vikings to win this game because in Dobbs we trust. If you go look at the NFL's Twitter page or X page, that is literally what it says. In Dobbs we trust. Monday Night Football. The Philadelphia Eagles take on the Kansas City Chiefs. And Travis Swift, Kelce. Okay, obviously I'm messing around, but I did see the video, and many of you probably did as well, of Travis Kelce during the bye. By the way, both these teams are coming off byes. He went down to Argentina. Was it Argentina? I think he went to Argentina, where Taylor was performing for her Eras tour, and she ran over and gave him a kiss, and it's like, okay, yeah, she seemed excited to see him. So maybe that's the boost of energy he needed. Maybe she comes to this game and it's like, hey, my mom is going to be there. My dad's going to be there. I'm playing my brother. You can finally meet my brother. I don't know if Jason's met Taylor yet. Maybe he has. Maybe he hasn't. I have no idea. But this is Kelce versus Kelce. And if Taylor comes, Travis is going to have a huge game. and the Chiefs would win. But, and this might be stupid, but I'm going to take the Philadelphia Eagles. I think this bye week gave them enough rest where they're going to be healthy, because I know Jalen Hurts was dealing with a little something, and I think this is exactly what the Eagles needed, and I think they're going to win a close one. I think they're going to win an ugly one. And really, I mean, if not for a fumble for a touchdown, the Eagles probably win the Super Bowl. Now, not to say that, just because of that, they're automatically going to win this game. But I don't know. I got a feeling. So I'm going to pick the Philadelphia Eagles here. But if Taylor's there, then the Chiefs probably win. But we'll see. So if you guys did enjoy this video, do me a favor and leave a like. And if you're new to the channel, hit that subscribe button, turn notifications on. I will see all you guys in the next video. Thanks for watching.